Okay, flight instrument, flight controls, sorry. Okay, flight instruments.
I'm going to just zoom that out a little bit so I can see where.
Okay. Okay, purple line's painted for you. Hey, airspeed's alive. 35, 40, 50, 60. Okay, positive rate.
Okay. And flaps coming up.
Flaps coming up. Transition. Alright, 200 feet.
Listen a little bit there. Alright, so come up on 500 feet.
500 feet.
To make my left turn here.
Norwood traffic Cessna, departed runway 35, turning left for departure to the west.
To 4,400. Cruising out, I'd say, actually we just got 85 knots. Normally for the 172 is about 75 knots, but we'll do 85, 84. We just left Norwood, and we are on Boston approach, flight following back to Farmingdale Republic. As you can see, Rhode Island is over here, we're north of Rhode Island. And we have 91 knots in the ground speed, and an hour and 17 minutes, but once we level off at 6,500, that ground speed will pick up. So right now the aircraft is on autopilot and is doing a correction. Everything's going smooth. We topped off at Norwood, so we have full tanks. Engine is in the green. And it's a really smooth night. Right now we're coming through 5,000, so we've got 1,600 to go. I'm sorry, 1,500 to go. And everything looks good.
November 819er, change to my frequency, 119.4.
Rohan is in the co-pilot seat, and I'm in command of the 172. Trying to get some dinner at Norwood, but unfortunately the FBI was getting ready to close. And
819er, roger.
he said once he locks the door, we're kind of like SOL. And we went to the restaurant to try to get a grab bag, but it was crowded in there for Saturday night. Screw it, let's just grab some coffee and make it back to Farmingdale. Right now we are at 5,500. So autopilot letting us know we're getting close to our altitude. And just going to lower the nose a little bit. I'm going to pitch down on the altitude. Here we go on the VSI, pushing up about 300 feet per minute. And the nose should start to come down. Back on. All right.
On there.
So there goes the trim, is trimming it out slowly. And we had increasing our airspeed, 92 knots and 93 in climbing. Max on the RPM, 2,500.
You can kill some of the lights. You can kill them.
I'm going to go ahead and turn off my taxi and the landing lights. We don't need that up here. And you can see the airspeed is increasing slowly. But we have a tendency, there's a slight descent, so we're going to go back to the alt and trim up a bit to about 300 feet per minute. Hey everyone, we're back. So right now we are holding our ground speed at 112.
114 Delta, how do you hear New York?
25 nautical miles from Farmingdale. We just entered, just crossing over the Long Island Sound right here. We're still on the...
Altimeter 3035.
Still on the Connecticut side. We're going to cross over to Sound, over towards Northport Stacks, and straight into Farmingdale. We're holding at 6,500 feet. We're going to begin our descent shortly. We had a headwind picked up a bit, 14 knots. Originally was at 8 knots, I believe.
Yep.
So fuel still looks good. Oil pressure looks good. The vac is a little bit off the green. And we had a negative discharge here on the battery. I have to write that up.
It was initially flickering and now it's steady.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Overall, it's been a smooth flight, a really nice flight. It's dark out, so we really can't show you anything outside the cockpit. You can almost see New York City in the distance. And we are 28 miles from Farmingdale. Rohan's go ahead and enrich the mixture.
Right.
So we can start our descent.
Alright, so I'm going to do this slowly instead of jamming it in there. Get the engines reacclimated to enriching. Don't throw that cold fuel on the hot end. Alright, looks like we're back to running rich. Yep, full rich.
Alright.
And I'm just going to have a look at the engine. And everything's back to normal settings with the rich mixture.
Alright. And I guess you could just do a gradual descent on the 3500, so you can just...
I'll set this down. Let's do a, 300 feet per minute?
yeah, that's fine.
Okay. And we're going down to 3,500.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're right. That's the...
Yeah, the Port Jefferson stacks are in, yeah. So I'm going to just turn to the, hug the coast a little bit.
Oh, okay.
And I'm going to turn the nav.
How many turn it? Zoom out a little bit so we get their perspective of where we are.
All right, so I turned a little bit too much.
Yeah. Relatively west should be good enough to hold us close. We're descending. I want to flip the pitot heat for a little bit.
Okay.
Just to warm it up.
Turn on the pitot heat.
5 I'll put a 3035.
35.
Make sure there's no blockage and icing. Beautiful night for flying. You can see the silhouette of a little bit of New York City. Very hard to see with a GoPro.
$26.65.
2665, affirmative.
119 for Delta Squawk VFR, frequency change crew, good night. Temperature 2, dew point -2, altimeter 3037, visual approach and use.
Altimeter 3033, so we're going to turn that over to 3036.
Republic 288 MSL, 265 AGL. IFR departures, advise ground control for taxi at your IFR. Be back all on my old short instructions, roll my assignments, altitude assignments. Advise Republic Tower, on initial contact, you have information, India.
And we are live.
Oh, okay. I'm just going to set up an approach to guide us in. Might as well use all the resources while we have it. Okay. At Farmingdale, they're running landing runway. I'm going to select the GPS 19. So hit a procedure button, selecting the approach, hit enter. Okay. And use a big knob on the outside. Scroll down to GPS 19. 19. We're going to do vectors. Is of course not doing the official approach. Just setting this up to get the minimums from the plate. So I'm going to search for my approach plates for Farmingdale, GPS 9. Type in Farmingdale. 186 Bravo, go ahead.
186 Bravo, Squawk VFR, frequency change approved.
Thank you, sir. Have a good night.
Alright, so we're going to squawk VFR, so go to the transponder.
2046, code vision approach.
Go ahead and squawk VFR.
119.3, good night.
Alright, so we're all set and ready to go.
Okay, so it's all set there?
Norwood. Yep. Public Tower, Cessna 1868 Bravo.
Cessna 1868 Bravo, Republic Tower.
68 Bravo is at the stack inbound with India, full stop.
Cessna 68 Bravo, straight in runway 19er.
Straight in 19er, 1868 Bravo.
Vertical track.
So there's our approach set up. Okay, we're flying to Debbie, that's our first checkpoint, then down to Moray. Once we cross over Debbie, activate. Alright, once we get to Moray, the approach will activate. Look for white.
Okay. Yeah, there you go, to stabilize.
Not sure how much you guys can see. Camera's pointed directly at run 19er. Hopefully they'll capture so you can see on the approach. We're approaching Moray, which is our approach fix, runway 19er. Alright, so at this point our autopilot's disengaged. Camera going up the airplane to approach speed. We're at pattern altitude right now. And need to slow the plane down enough to get our
10 degrees.
Okay, so you just called for flaps 10 coming in. Okay, 2 whites.
And full flaps coming in.
$500.
Minimums.
There she goes. She called out our minimums. 500 feet.
Runway in sight.
Runway in sight. Landing. 1 red, 1 white.
Roger.
$300. $200. $100.
Just not available.
I thought you were going to get the numbers there.
Tried.
Cessna 68 Bravo, turn right on Alpha, taxi to echo this frequency.
Right, Alpha to echo with you, 68 Bravo. We're home and we're taxiing to the ramp with the tower. Gets us quiet enough that he can pull both the air frequency, ground frequency, or air traffic and ground traffic together. And thanks again for watching us. Hope you enjoy the video. Please like, share, and
That thumbs up.
give us that thumbs up.